Hi everyone, hi BookTube, it's Melissa here for a quick video. Wanted to do a Friday Reads video for you today. Just recapping my reading from the week. This was not my best reading week by any means. I did finish one book, started another, but other than that, that's about it. And that's mainly because it was kind of a busier week than usual for us. We had my daughter moved into the dorms at her college on Sunday, so I was busy with that on Sunday afternoon. And then my son had a medical appointment. He's fine. During the week that I had to take him to, and so there, and that was that was going on along with work, and then the usual distractions of what's going on politically here in the United States, and just the anxiety leading up to the inauguration next Wednesday. So anyway, there were just a bunch of distractions, and this week that I really didn't have a chance to really hunker down and read as much as I wanted to. I did finish Wintering, The Power of Rest and Retreat in Difficult Times by Katherine May. And I talked about this on a previous video, which I'll link to above. But it really, this was a memoir, and it is about how there are times in our lives that are difficult and challenging, and that cause us to kind of go inward to, escape from the world and what we can learn from those times. And the author uses her own experiences of difficulties in her own life to, to express that point. So I thought that this was going to be a book that I would love. It sounds like something that I would absolutely, enjoy 100%. And my issue with this one was that the the stories and the anecdotes that were used to support the premise of the book really didn't hold up for me. And that's not to say that the stories weren't valid, because one of the problems with reviewing memoir is that you're essentially reviewing somebody's life. And so I don't mean to say that the stories weren't valid or important in and of themselves, but rather that they didn't support they didn't feel like they added much to the premise of the book, is what I'm saying. And there were also a couple instances throughout the memoir that there were just different points where something was just kind of dropped and just kind of left out there with really no follow-up, with no supporting anecdotes, and I think I would have liked more of that. There were a lot of loose ends. So anyway, that was Wintering, The Power of Rest and Retreat in Difficult Times by Katherine May. And I would give that, I think I'm going to give that like a solid like 3 stars, maybe 2.5, because I like the idea of it, and in hindsight, it's probably one that I should have DNF'd halfway through. I kind of kept reading because you know how you do that when you're reading and you think it might get a little bit better, and I rarely do that. I'm usually someone that DNFs right at the point where I feel like the book isn't working for me. But anyway. So onwards and upwards, this one just wasn't it for whatever reason. Then I started No Time Like the Future, An Optimist Considers Mortality by Michael J. Fox. We all know Michael J. Fox as a child actor back in the 80s, as Alex P. Keaton from Family Ties, and in his movies Back to the Future and Teen Wolf, and so, and we also know him from his very public struggle with Parkinson's disease, which he's had for 30 years. And he has written 2 other memoirs, which I have not read. So this is the first of his books that I've read. And, you know, those of you who know me personally know why this is important to me, why I really wanted to read this. And I'm in the middle of it right now. Maybe more like a third or 40% of the way through. And I'm liking it. You know, I think one of the predominant themes that's coming across in this is the theme of movement and all that that entails. So Michael talks about you know, certainly his challenges physically with Parkinson's and the tremors that he has experienced, and also the other physical issues. It starts out kind of very harrowingly with him having fallen in his apartment. His wife is away, and just being immobilized that in that respect. And but it also talks about time, and you know, your children being little and seeing them grow up. And I was reading this a little bit on Sunday, when right before taking my daughter to move into her dorm at college, and so that part really kind of resonated with me a lot. So it's about, like I said, it's about movement in every sense of the word. And I'm really enjoying this one. I think that his perspective, his honesty about how, you know, he's always been an optimist in the face of his Parkinson's diagnosis, and over the past 30 years rather, I'm sorry. And, you know, and that he's honest in saying that that's not always easy to do. So anyway, that is, you know, No Time Like the Future, and by Michael J. Fox. So that's one that I've been enjoying too as well. Otherwise, this week, you know, like I said, been a quiet reading week. I was thrilled to be, you know, given a shout out by Keely from Bibliophile's Journey, and being the winner of her 800 subscriber giveaway. Thank you so much, Keely, if you're watching. I really appreciate that. And the prize was an unbelievably generous gift. It's a $50 gift certificate to the Book Depository, and so I have to make some selections there. And I'm not really, you know, I don't buy a lot of books. I work at a library, so, and a pretty large one at that, and so I really have a lot of books at my disposal. So I'm really, this is definitely a treat to be able to, you know, pick out something. I have some thoughts in mind, but we'll see what I wind up buying. And also another shout out to Courtney Ferriter for mentioning me as a booktuber that she's just started watching. Again, I really appreciate the shout out there. Otherwise, this week I did give away a lot of books. We have a great Buy Nothing project group on Facebook here in our community, and it's a very active group. If you don't have a Buy Nothing group in your area, oh my god, it is just really a fantastic resource for things. So I've been giving away some of my ARCs to people, and it's really amazing how much of a demand there are. So I know that ARCs are really hard for people to give away or to find a new home for, because, you know, we can't sell them, and donating them to places like Goodwill or it is problematic. So anyway, I've been offering them up on my local Buy Nothing group, and I've given away, I would say, probably about like a dozen or two, which is great. So more room on my shelves, so yay. So anyway, so I think that for this coming week, I think I'm going to try to finish No Time Like the Future, and I think I'm going to try, I really want to start reading 100 Years of Solitude with the read-along that's happening, and a couple other things I want to get to. This is a long weekend here in the United States because of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday on Monday, so maybe I'll be able to get some more reading done. Another thing I want to do, I think I am like the last person on BookTube not to finish my best of 2020 books, and I'm really hoping to do, I did the best of fiction because that was a shorter list, but my best of nonfiction for 2020 is a lot longer. There are 14, maybe 15 books that I wanted to highlight in that video, so I want to film that this weekend as well. So anyway, I hope you're all having I hope your week was a good one. Hope you're all staying safe and staying well. And I will be back to talk to you again in my next video real soon. If you like this video, I hope that you subscribe. Thank you to everyone who has already subscribed and liked my videos, and I will link below all the books that I mentioned below, as where else you can also find me on social media. Thanks so much. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Thanks. Bye.